both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Carolina Panthers. The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final two bring us as we're off in Week 9? This is taken at the 3. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
Go! 8 read. Switch it. Come on, switch it. Alert 3. Look, squeeze. Shoot. Now.
They'll run on first down. Mayo. And he'll hope that this is not a sign of what's in store as he has to fight just to get back to the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
Second and 10 at the 25-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's second and 10.
Oh, yeah. General West. Here we go again. Watch safety creep. Safety's creeping. That's
And to give this time to the tailback. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
This defense looking for an early stop. This is third down and 6.
Watch the whip. Rush in. Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship. Hey, lock it. No. Say, get it.
They'll try the left side. Mayo. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Okay, look at this. The punt team nowhere to be found. They're on the sidelines. Offense going to go for this on the opening drive.
Go. Check 99. Switch. Check 15. Check hard. Be dead.
They run for it with Mixon, and he will not even make it back to the line of scrimmage. A surprising move here on the opening drive of the game, and the Panthers are going to get it back in excellent field position. So first and 10 now from the 30.
You draw closer. Tighten up. Hey!
Operating from the gun, Sullivan, and down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. Carlos Dunlap, the Florida Gator, chopping his way to the quarterback.
Come on, fellas.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's second and 20. Back to throw. Sullivan. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. Now that screen there on second down certainly didn't develop how they had hoped. Is that one they should have even tried, or is that one the quarterback sticks in his pocket?
I think the latter. I like what you said there, because trying is one thing. We can second guess just about every call. But in this case, when you realize that it's broken down, just throw it at the feet of your intended receiver so that no one can pick it off, right? You don't have the ball tipped up in the air, and you come back and try and pick up the first down on third down. That way you don't lose any.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 19. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. That time defensively looked like they showed quite a bit of pressure but backed off, and it proved fruitful. They get the pick.
He went through all of his rules about getting rid of the ball quickly because he read blitz. He saw all those people stacked at the line of scrimmage, and then they fooled him by dropping into coverage. Now he's ready to get rid of the ball fast, but guess what? Too many defenders out there. Exactly as you described, an interception.
Check Hey, Sam off. 626. Hit it.
On first down, Mayo. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. It's a Bengal first down, a pickup of 11. That's his longest run of the first quarter. And, Charles, we talked before the game about them needing to establish the run game. They'll be looking for more of that.
And they got to the perimeter. So that tells me that that's part of the game plan of what they want to get done today. So they'll have some complimentary runs where he'll run it to the inside. But it appears that when they want the big yardage, they think they can get to the outside and make it happen.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
6 guys. Check 6 guys. Watch the end. Check. 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 Check 9. Check 9. Shoot. 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 61. Matchbox lights. 55 to mine. Check. 55 to mine.
On second down now, Mayo. And he'll get this only up to about the 35. Give him 3 yards, and now they're left needing a conversion here on 3rd and 6.
Brings up 3rd down.
Ready, ready. 10-2 stop. You gonna get this ball? You think you gonna get this? You think you gonna get this? Jump. Go out. Slam. He's crashing. He's jumping.
Nixon will try the right side, and he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. That opening drive ended with the INT. It didn't lead to points, but still not the way they were hoping to begin the game.
But how about going and telling your defense, thank you, a huge thank you. You said it didn't lead to points, stalled off that drive. Now they've got a chance to redeem themselves and maybe reward their defense a little bit by putting some points on the board on this one.
Give him 15 there, and the Panthers have a first down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Big stop. Let's go. Check 37. Check 37. Recon 132 fighter. Fight.
From the gun, Sullivan forced out to his left. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on first down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable 2nd and short.
On 2nd down, here's Fournette. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. That one a first down pickup of 8.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
No score after 1 on EA Sports.
Down. 8 read. 59. What we got?
They keep it with Fournette on first down. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
70. Indy. Mike, check. 59. Bam. Sponge. Nick Griffin.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Sullivan flush to his right. And that one was nearly picked. Not sure he was accounting for the free safety. That brings up 3rd down.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete.
Hey, orbit. Cut. Check, 59. Ain't no such thing as a loss. We taking wins. Shoot.
To throw on third down. Sullivan nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jordan Willis able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
In a blink of an eye, that happened fast, and a big sack.
The Bengals take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals. All right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24.
He's coming. We got double up. Check. Leo.
They'll try the left side. Mayo. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
On the set. Watching the fire. Bravo. And ready.
Off the play fake. Kerr. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. They'll net only 35 here following a 43-yard boot, 8-yard return. And the Panthers will take over now 1st and 10. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And things haven't started so well for this side. 2 drives, 2 punts.
So now you've got to start looking not just at play calling, but which guy's going to step forward and say, okay, let's get this thing done. Because within that unit of 11, sometimes one guy can make a big-time play and break through the barrier.
That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And that's going to make it 2nd and 14. Fournette on the counter. He'll get a couple yards back, but not more than that. They'll be left with 12 yards to go on 3rd down.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Looking to throw. Sullivan. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Zach Cunningham rolling in to get the sack.
We've watched this a long time, and I still don't believe we get it. 3rd and long. Why are you calling play action?
Because they're not going to bite defensively, right?
No, not at all. I did have a coach explain to me years ago that for some teams, that's how they have to deal with pass protection and their line blocking. But to me, it seems silly.
Yeah, well, they're silly, and it leads to a play action sack. So they'll play the field position game here as a very nice punt is going to pin them back.
Yeah, it's almost like watching a game of tennis, or do you prefer ping pong? You know, back and forth like that? That definitely was excellent, wasn't it?
Get ready. 6-6, pull it high. Shit. Slant. Watch the safety creep. Check nickel. You got tight. You got tight right there. Rock it. Fire.
They'll run on 1st down. Mayo, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
Check. Check. Crouch. Bang. Check out. Look. Squeeze. Back. Check. First down. Get it.
They keep it on the ground. This time it's Mixon. And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. You mentioned very early on the need to establish a running game for this young QB. They really haven't been able to do that, though, in the first half.
So that means what in halftime? Adjustments time, right? Figure out what they are. Figure out the things that they really want to accomplish and who to run behind. Which are your better blockers? Find those guys and get in that direction.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Dante Jackson picks it. And they will finally bring this run back to an end, but not before he's down inside the 5-yard line at the 4. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. They come out here in the I. Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line. 2nd and goal. This is Scarlett on the carry, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that is going to set up 3rd and goal. They'll come out in the pistol. Now from back at the 5. This is 3rd and goal. Here's Fournette. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to bring up a 4th and goal. Well, if this defense can hold them to a field goal here, what a win that would be. Not just a win on the possession, but psychologically take over the ball game. This started with 1st and goal, so they were in 4-down territory right from the beginning. I say you finish it off and go for the touchdown. Been a bit of a dogfight thus far into the 2nd quarter now, and we do have our first points, a field goal. Yeah, a lot of people say, wow, first action on the scoreboard, about time. To me, the action's been right there on the field, trying to figure out who could gain an advantage, gain some field position, finally get points on the board. I'm loving this kind of game. It feels like kickers might play a big role in this one. Yes, make sure you give them the respect they deserve. They could cost you a game or win you one. Getting this into the hands of Turner. So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there? Freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion. Off play action. Kerr. And he hits his target. It's Kenny Stills. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Watch twins. Hey, check 24.
They'll run it now out of the gun. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. The Bengals going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1.
Let's go, D. Show it up. One. Get one. Check. Topper.
On 2nd down, Mayo. It'll only be a gain of a yard, and it sets up a 3rd down and 4 now. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half.
They don't want it. Keep playing hard, fellas, all day. Woo!
So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. On the left hash, this from 48 yards. And he missed it. He missed it just wide of that left upright. It's no good. So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the Panthers out in front, and they will get the football first. Second half action underway. This is taken at his 4. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deep.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 33, and his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Now a run on first down is not going to get off the ground as they will get him behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of 3.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Alert 3, alert 3, alert 3. Jim, hard, hard. Shit. Kill. Watch safety creep, creeping. Safety's creeping. Get it.
They'll keep it on the ground. Mayo. Space to run past the 20. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. A great effort there. His 9th touchdown of the season. And the Bengals have taken the lead.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run. And one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock.
This is taken at his 4. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And with the way this offense has played thus far, to be frank, they got to feel pretty grateful to be in the ball game.
I would agree with you totally because they've done all of nothing offensively in this game, yet they still find themselves in a position on this drive where a touchdown can give them the lead. They need to take advantage of it.
Well, they're still looking for that first touchdown here in the third quarter. All they have so far, the field goal. 14 yards, good for a Panther first down.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people have to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
Check. Keep grip.
Fournette, a first down carry. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard.
Strip that ball.
Again, it's Fournette. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. But I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the 1st down. They love being physical.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10.
Mike, go.
They'll run it with Scarlett. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it. Because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
They turn to Scarlett again. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. After seeing that, maybe time to go back to some downfield throws here.
Yeah, anything, change it up, because the teams that win, the best teams, they're the ones that make adjustments. Doesn't mean you can't come back to what you thought you could get done. Sometimes when you open things up a little bit, you can get back to what you wanted to do before.
Greer. And he'll get that to Fournette, complete. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. And he's got another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 33.
And this is why trying to cover the angle route is so difficult. Anyone playing the linebacker position, when they see a running back out of the backfield widen, because he heads towards the flat first, oftentimes you widen too much and overcommit. He cuts up inside, and that's what we saw there. A nice pickup for a 1st down.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. A good run got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3.
3 buzz. No. 80 weapons. Yes. Let's go.
On 2nd down, here's Greer. And his pass incomplete.
And we just saw another example. These cornerbacks have played tight coverage all game long. Might start wanting to think about a few double, triple move routes to try and shake their guys free.
You're right, they have had no room to breathe. The 8th play of the drive coming up. It's 3rd and 3.
It's a party now. Come. Mike 54. Mike 54. I'm coming after you.
Greer on 3rd down. And he can't hang on to it. Nearly picked. He's known for his hands defensively. But instead it just brings up 4th down. So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. He hit his first one, this from 44 yards out now. And the 13-year man puts it through, and they'll get it back within a point at 7-6. So in the end, they had the ball for 10 plays, but the drive gets them 3, not 6.
Is it okay if I give credit to both sides on this one?
Absolutely.
All right, let's start defensively. They hung in there. 10-play drive, but they stiffened when they got close to the goal line, made them kick a field goal. For the offense, 10-play drive. They might be a little disappointed they got a field goal, but they moved the ball down the field with dispatch and came away with points.
General West. Set. Out. Alert flare. Watch twist.
On 1st down, Mayo, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Check three. Check 99. Switch. Check 50. Big Ed. Tighten up. Hey, Sam off. Yo, chicken.
They'll keep it on the ground. Mayo, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation.
Check 55 to Mike. Hey, I 7. Hey, let's get there. Mike, 55. Check 55, Mike. I got it. 55 is Mike, got 55.
Off the play fake. Kerr. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. This is fielded at the 27. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. But they'll start the drive here with an end around. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Carolina. DJ Moore, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Panthers are going to jump back in front.
Brandon, they just got the ball, and already they're in the end zone, and you're getting ready to talk about the PAT. That was fast.
The Panther offense staying put. They'll go for 2. They will run it. It's Fournette. And he will find the end zone here. And the lead moves up to 7. And they're able to ground it in there on the 2-point try. And you and I were talking before the game. The 2-point conversions from the 15-16 season, what has changed, what hasn't changed, partner?
Yeah, I'll tell you what's changed is just your normal strategy, because now you're either kicking the football with the ball on the 15-yard line, or if you decide to go for 2, they put it on the 2-yard line. So what are you thinking as a coach? Do I risk it? Do I go for it here? Do I try and gain a strategic advantage and maybe go for 2 early? That's what people are wondering about.
Under 10, under 10, 10. Kill. Check 13, check 13. Check 26, check 26. Fair. Pick the edge. Go. 49, check 49, check 49. Look at me. Door. Hey, turn it up. Say go.
They'll run on first down. Mayo. They'll have a first down past the 40. And finally, down at the 41-yard line. A Bengal first down on the 16-yard pickup there. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you, because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. Right back to him on first down. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Calling no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL, and he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Off play action. Kerr. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Dante Jackson picks it. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Check, 59. Yo, go! I'm coming after you!
They'll start out on the ground. It's Leonard Fournette. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. No gain on the play there. Second down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. They'll run it again with Fournette. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up third down. And the play clock is going to run out here. They're in no hurry to get a play off. And that'll set them back 5. After the delay, they're backed up even further for third and long.
Hey, Alpha! Look at me, zipper! Check, watch 54, watch 54. Okay, double up, right? He's crashing. He's checking crash. Check the rock it. Say it. Switch. Snap.
On third and long, here's Greer. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's fourth down. Critical play in this football game because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. The Bengals drive about to get going. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can...
And he's going to be intercepted a third time. He's picked off near his own 48, and they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his second season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line.
Brings up second and 12 at the 50-yard line.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's second and 12.
Here we go.
From the 50, here's Greer. That's going to be caught by Samuel. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. The Panthers have the first. It's a gain of 12. I don't want to make a story where there's not one, but he threw the 3 interceptions last week. Looked a little uncomfortable. He looks much more comfortable today.
Yeah, just 1 pick so far and his team leads. So now they can play complementary football, meaning if he takes care of the ball and his offense, if they're humming along, the defense doesn't have to be out there as long. He's taking care of his guys on the other side of the ball.
They're enjoying a 4th quarter advantage. On 1st and 10, Greer. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36.
Brings up 2nd and 8 at the 36-yard line.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. Now Scarlett. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up 3rd down. Now, the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right. But the problem for them is still within a possession. So they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down.
Sponge, 61, matchbox, go.
From the gun on 3rd down, Greer. And an alley to run. And he's got another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 18.
All right, partner, I'm a defender, but I've got to express my admiration there. Moving around, making it happen, and instead of worrying about protecting himself, he goes and gets the 1st down. I've got to give it to him on that one.
Normally, you don't want your guy taking shots, your quarterback, but it's winning time here in the 4th quarter. If he needs to make those plays with the legs, go ahead, right?
Yeah, no doubt about it. At this stage of the game, all protections, they're off.
And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Yeah, that was a safety that came through and made the play, but there's no doubt in my mind, he hits like a linebacker. And we see a lot of that in today's NFL, don't we?
And that time we do indeed. A big hit for a loss. This drive's taken more than 3 minutes off the clock already as they come up on 2nd down. After the run, Greer going to throw. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in a cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion, and both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
Here's Greer. And that is incomplete.
They certainly thought they had him surrounded and probably thought they were going to get him on the ground and get the sack, but he was able to elude that, and even though it threw it incomplete downfield, if you're a defensive back, you're loving the pressure that you're seeing from your front.
And this is going to be no good. He misses it off to the left, and this score will stay right where it is. That one hurts a bit. That was a golden opportunity to possibly put this one on ice, but he comes up empty.
And how big of a miss might that turn out to be? Stay tuned. There's still time left on the clock. This could be critical.
Still a 1-score game. Had he hit that, it would have been 2 scores.
Check 55 to Mike. Bring it. Bring it. 25. Check 25. Check 25. 36. 36. Check. Tight go. Tight go. Tight go. Shoot.
On 1st down, Mayo. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the 4th. They'll look to throw. Buying time to his left. He's going to let it fly. And he can't corral it. That would have wrapped it up if he'd been able to hold on. Instead, it brings up third down. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and in the second quarter, he may very well run by him, but in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
Back to throw. Got a man, it's Ross, complete. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop him with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game.
Come on, set. AP Gator. Watch the run, watch the run. Go, go. 55.
He'll look to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Now the Bengals going to signal for their third and final timeout as they get it with 26 seconds to go in the football game. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here.
Hey, team 6, team 6. 55, Mike, 55. Hey, eat. Watch the run, watch the run. Get it.
Back to throw. That's complete to Turner. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
Hey, Charlie.
He's back to throw. It's complete. Stills. And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Got it.
Down 7, and they've got to go for it here on 4th down.
Hey, wahoo!
On 4th down, Kerr. He's going to have the hook up to Ross. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a 1st down. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. You're wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So for the Panthers, they finally taste victory for the first time after 7 straight defeats. And